It's the American Revolution all over again, and the US is winning. So far, this young USA has more supporters. The British aren't too far behind, but they do have a lot of catching up to do. The war isn't over yet, though. There's still time to place your bets today. Or, of course, you can choose to be neutral and Switzerland in this scenario. To buy both, you get a discount. I have a feeling a lot of people are probably doing that. But use that first link in the description down below to makeshift.com to enlist in the war today. The Empire State Building dissed the Chicago Bean. The official Empire State Building Twitter account asking, how do I fit this as my banner? They wanted to put the bean as their Twitter account banner. Then them saying, never mind, I got it. Holy crap, shots fired. This is absolutely insane. Are they trying to start a second US Civil War? Imagine going from being the world's tallest building for 40 years to beefing with a bean. Damn, Chicago has the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever right now, not the plane. As a Californian, I've never seen the bean, but whenever I do think of the bean, I only think of one video.
I pulled up to the bean. What the fuck?
In English, we use the word victim. In Spanish, they use the word victima. Then in French, Romanian, and Italian, it's all something similar. Meanwhile, in Dutch, it's this word which translates to slaughter sacrifice. It's about time this language got some good brownie points. What an insane translation.
Slachtoffer.
NATO is losing its patience with one of its own members, and it's not who you think. This week's summit in Washington will get uncomfortable for Canada. The Canadians only contributing 1.7% of their GDP to NATO by 2030. That's not even right now. Alright, NATO, I think it's time to tombstone them. Personally, I'm fine with a weak Canada for reasons. Hastily puts away Toronto invasion paperwork. Maybe they do just plan to get taken over by the US by 2030 instead. That'd be easier. German officer attempts to train Italian soldier in 1942.
You don't have to make it fancy. You don't need a house. A hole is enough. However, you do always need a bed.
What are you
because
saying
otherwise
to me? It's too much to understand.
And people wonder why the Italians didn't do much during World War II. It was just too much info for their little waifu brain to handle. Greece becomes first EU country to introduce a 6-day working week. Meanwhile, the Greek citizens, one ticket to the UK, please. 6-day working week, that's crazy. And here's someone else's response to how that's gonna go. Greek introduces growth-oriented 6-day working week. I'm sure the Greek people will take this well. Stavros, you have to work 6 days now instead of 5. But Nikos, I don't even have a job. Well, neither do I. I feel like I delivered that like Patrick. Maybe it's perfect because he doesn't have a job either. Oh, damn, that one's gonna get me in trouble. Oh my goodness. The crazy SOB, he actually did it. The EU can't believe it. Poland somehow just annexed all of Russia, and they officially put it on the BBC's News and Weather channel. How did we miss this? Finally, the prophecy has come true. NATO versus the Soviet Union. We have the best Cold War service rifles. No, ours are better. Oh yeah? Just wait to get a load of meanwhile in Switzerland. Reliability and durability of an AK. Accuracy and cartridge advantages of an M16, a usable folding stock at a time when most compact assault rifles were bullpups. Finally, incredible iron sights of an HK. Once again, the Swiss just showing us how it's done. Swiss army knives, now rifles. What's next? Alright, who's the guy over at Boeing that's watching a little bit too much anime? Boeing unveils Revolver hypersonic missile launching system, and for some reason this advertisement for it feels like an anime intro. Why? I mean, alright, it is pretty cool. I want every single piece of new military equipment to have its own anime intro now. Meanwhile, in France, this French girl crying because of this person's outfit. Meanwhile, in Saudi Arabia, now she's crying because of this girl's outfit. Finally, there's these two same women in Turkey. I guess they don't really care in this country. Interesting Turk dub here. Never thought about it like that. It's kind of beautiful. Yeah, but everybody cries in Turkey. There's no exception. Hey, look, it's the 2024 Euro in Germany. There goes Turkey. Looking back at the dead Serbian, Albanians, Romanians, Hungarians, Croatians, and Slovenians, they're doing them proud. Even though Turkey didn't make it to the semifinals, they did pretty good. They were, after all, the last man standing. Here's the real puppet masters in Berlin. Everyone thinks it's NATO versus Russia, but no. In reality, NATO's just controlled by Albania, and on the opposite side of things, Russia is just controlled by Serbia. I'm not surprised. It's literally just a cold war between these two giants. I should have known the two strongest countries on Earth were both in the Balkans. Westerners be like, meh, Albania, I don't think so. At the very same time, literally Greece looking the exact same. Oh my god! I actually never noticed this. I am now just realizing Albania is beautiful. How long were they gonna keep this a secret? They probably just don't actually want a bunch of tourists. Wow! Look at that! Look at Pablo's body! Let's laugh at it, says all of France, apparently. And they're laughing at this Spanish man's body, I guess. Slender and beautiful. French wins again. France giving France the medal. Nice, bro. Yeah, wanna touch mine? Thanks to both the English and the Scottish. Meanwhile, the French aren't so happy about this. This is an absolutely terrifying last panel. What was this even supposed to be about in the first place? This comic is not judging countries' bodies. Barry from England is looking particularly nice today. Those are English and Scottish women chatting up. Typical summer in Iberia, I guess. I bet he's thinking about other women. How the freak does Florida have a bigger economy than all of Saudi Arabia? Florida has a bigger economy than Saudi Arabia? As of 2024, 1.6 trillion GDP. And that's actually a good amount bigger than all of Saudi Arabia's GDP. Although these numbers are just a little bit old. India's GDP, 3.9 trillion versus California's GDP, also 3.9 trillion. Corporate needs you to find out who has the larger economy. They're the same size. I didn't know this, Pam. Thank you. That's insane because India is like 20 times larger than California's population. I'm sure this won't last. India will probably pass up California. Westerners obsessed with Korea have two paths. On one side, cute K-pop people, and the other, communism, as well as Kim Il-sung, basically obsessed with North Korea or South Korea. Obviously, I chose the left path. I mean, that's not even ironically. Not that I like North Korea, but I just know way more about it than technically K-pop in South Korea. The Union Jack, as a lot of us know, is a combination of the Scottish flag, the English flag, the Northern Ireland flag, and of course, Wales isn't represented, but it does make the Union Jack. Well, here's a proposed idea for the German-speaking world. I don't know if I want to butcher this name, but Heinz. This would combine the German flag with the Swiss flag and the Austrian flag. All three countries that speak German. It's not the most beautiful thing, but I think it could technically work. I'm kind of amazed you were able to include that weird plus sign. Which country then takes the place of Wales to not be included? Is it Luxembourg? Yeah, I think it actually has to be them or possibly Liechtenstein. Oh look, it's underwear flags. I forgot these existed. I do not in fact have USA underwear, believe it or not. Is this the backside of the Australian underwear? I don't quite get the idea behind flags on your underwear. Yes, I understand you want to honor your country, but nobody will see it. Not to mention, if you poop or pee yourself, you're technically disrespecting the flag, and that is the exact reason why I can't have this. I at least poop myself twice a year. So if you're going to wear the flag of your own country, I urge you, be sober. I guess that's another explanation, like only wear it like, I don't know, for 2 hours at a time, no more than that. Definitely don't leave the house, because you're taking a pretty giant risk. Don't ride any sort of roller coasters. I peed all my blue underwear in support of Ukraine. Just make sure you only pee the bottom half. The BBC proclaims that there is no Russia, just Poland. Now Ukraine is fighting Poland. These are areas legally controlled by Ukraine that I guess are now Polish territory. Who's gonna stop them? Truth is, says Belarus, Poland, and Russia, the game was rigged from the start. I should have known they were always playing for the other team. Could Kanye West save Austria-Hungary? Really love all these amazing YouTube videos that talk about historical figures with modern ones, I guess. Like how the fall of Constantinople will affect LeBron's legacy. I think if Kanye just jumped in front of Franz Ferdinand's bullet, he would save Austria-Hungary that easily. He just needs a time machine. Americans, the Orcs, a look into a timeline where America invaded Mexico in 2022 through the eyes of memes on Reddit. I am at the Texas border. Yes, I can see that clearly because there's explosions everywhere. For context, this is the only tank that was there on the parade. Wait, is this the Mexico side or is this our side? Flavortown PMC is stopping their march on DC. My disappointment is immeasurable and my day is ruined. Was this about to be like a US intervention? There was a coup d'etat? Dang you, Trump, as the extent of my Mexican geography knowledge circa 2021 versus their Mexican geography knowledge today. Obviously, this is still in the universe where the US is invading Mexico. Absolutely, there'd be so many more Americans that would understand Mexican geography. American tank spotted in Moscow, Russia, with Mexican military captured last year in Baja region. Now it looks like the American tank was handed over to the Russians for research. B Russia, buy captured Abrams from Mexicans. Look inside, M60 Patton. More day-to-day front line moving in the front. Ferrari on a random Wednesday in August. It is 2024. Americans in Los Angeles have begun hanging Mexican flags from their roofs. Oh, this is to deter Mexican drones. Maybe it's your imagination, but the factory fresh Abrams are increasingly rusty. You scroll past another video of Navy SEALs. We're on day 862 of 3 days to Mexico City. Okay, so in this universe, the USA is Russia, and we're invading Ukraine or Mexico. You remember your brother. He was on the Dwight D. Eisenhower. You feel nothing. The only winner from a Mexican-American war would just be the meme lords. Anyways, back to reality. This is your reminder that a snail with a top speed of 0.048 kilometers per hour is not only moving 9 times faster, but is also 700 kilometers ahead of the Russian army and is set to reach Poland in October 2024. I love these memes. Every single time the snail gets even further in. Meanwhile, this front has barely moved at all. The actual Russian-Ukraine front. Vanish removes even the most stubborn stains on civilized society. Before versus after. Wow. It got rid of the Union Jack to just leave the Scottish flag. So they got rid of England and Northern Ireland, maybe Wales too, or is Wales still invisible somewhere here? We'll never know. Restaurant has fish and chips on the menu. They mean chips in the American way. What? I can't even imagine chips with fish. Why would anyone do that? Maybe it's a joke? I'm literally horrified by what I see here. Ancient Indians, I've mastered mathematics, science, and medical science, and I've written it down into a few manuscripts so everyone can access it for free. Meanwhile, modern Indians literally saying the exact same thing. I've mastered mathematics, science, and medical science, and I've recorded explanations for each and have shared them on YouTube so that everyone can access this knowledge for free. Literally continuing on their legacy. It's beautiful. When I'm at a standing at a red light with no cars in sight for miles competition and my opponent is German, I literally always think of the Germans when I'm having to do this. Like, it's 3 a.m. and I've been sitting at a red light for like more than 2 minutes. I guess internally I might still be German. I won't run it. I want to though. I will one day. Big ol' thanks to my patrons. Drew's Argentinian grandpa. Lucas the Canadian Goose from Avoca.
Drew har förvisats från Sverige för brottet att vara dans.
Amateur Archaeology. Sarsath. Carmel Saida. DaBeautiful-MEGAN-Underwood. Fredrik Tibblin. Your dad back with the milk. Look outside. InquisitorXarius. Sebby, if you hear this, and Tambre.